Did you ever think how much your choice of words and the small pieces of context that you choose to share with the AI when you prompt it matters? Because it can completely change the direction of the conversation for better or worse. Doesn't matter if you're using ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, whatever. The choice of your words and those small pieces of context make a difference, a huge difference. It's through a concept that I like to call subtle priming. Now, you might not find that term in the textbooks exactly like that, but you will find priming. And of course, we need to talk about priming before I explain subtle priming, and we will see through examples how it changes the flow of the conversation. So, what is priming? Priming is the process of providing an AI with context, tone, or a specific persona before it performs a task. It's not just giving it data, it's about setting the stage for the response. So when you're telling the chat, you are now my history teacher, that is full on priming. And here we have a couple of examples about priming, not subtle priming yet, to see what happens when we prime the AI. The case study is what is water. And when we ask what is water and we don't have any some sort of priming, and let's imagine that we have a clean slate, ChatGPT, no memory, no nothing, we get a response that is a bit like that. Water is transparent, odorless, tasteless, liquid that forms the seas, lakes, and everything. But now when we tell the chat, hey, now you are a scientist. Water is a simple molecule with a complex nature. Its chemical formula H2O indicates two hydrogen atoms covalently bonded. We're going down the chemistry rabbit hole. Granted, right? Because we told the chat, be a chemist. And we tell the chat, be a poet. Water is the ancient song of the river, the tear that carves the mountain. No surprise there, right? Now, maybe you learned a new term called priming, but there's really no surprise there that when we tell the chat be a poet, it will act like a poet. And when we tell the chat be a chemist, it will act like a chemist. But here, we're talking about subtle priming, where the tiny pieces of context and our word choice make the difference. And let's see an example to see what I mean by that. I went to ChatGPT and I made 3 projects. Why? Because today in ChatGPT, the project can be with project memory only, which means that it won't have all the rest of the memory, so it will be a bit less biased. So I made 3 projects that are project memory based, and I asked the chat a simple question, the same question: what is water really? The only thing that I changed between the 3 examples to see how it affected the answer that the chat gives me is a bit context before. I talked to my chemistry professor about water today. What is water really? And here it was with my coder girlfriend. And at the third one for now, it was that I talked to my friend over coffee about water today. What is water really? And we asked the question, how did it affect the answer of the chat? Because it's really very subtle. I just chose to share the different context. It's a very subtle. How does it change it? Well, the answers here are long, so we're not going to go over them like that. Instead of that, I asked Gemini, after I gave Gemini all of the answers in the conversation, hey Gemini, let's see the differences, the 3 clearest differences. And Gemini, first of all, said the following: listen, Idan, when you look at it broadly, pretty much for every question that for all of the questions, all of the times that you ask the question, the 3 times, you got the same core ideas, pretty much the same information, but the way that the chat chose to explain to you the information, that changed, some places less, some places dramatically. And we chose the top 3 where it changed dramatically. So to explain the polarity, because water, if you don't know, is polar, it has a negative side and a positive side. To explain the polarity of water, which is a single concept, when I was talking to my coder, when I told the chat that I was talking to my coder friend, it was talking to me in terms that, I have a lot of background in chemistry. I have no idea what is debye. Maybe I forgot. Maybe I've never seen it before. I know what dipole means. I have no idea what 1.85 debye means. That's for my coder. But when I was talking to my friend and I told Chad about it, he took a much lesser strict and raw data path. It was giving a simple analogy. One side is a bit negative, the other is a bit positive. And the professor started talking about oxygens and electrons and how they fight between one another and about the polarity of the hydrogen bonds. Now we have the big idea of what is water. The coder got a complex system, the friend got an everyday magic, and the professor perhaps went into a philosophical debate, but a philosophical debate of a chemistry professor. Metaphysics, emergentism, completely different from these fleeting bonds giving water a bunch of anomalies that we can talk about. And we also have the role in biology where we have here another difference, but I think you get the point. Your choice of words and the little pieces of context that you share can completely change the course of the conversation. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Well, first of all, isn't it really cool? But I just changed 3 words there and poof, I get something completely different. Well, I tell you what I'm telling you here right now. Because first of all, it's another tool in your toolbox. Now you know that your words matter and you can choose your words carefully and engineer what you need with more precision. And also, I'm here to tell you that you should pay attention to the context that you're providing, even if it's very casual. I just told the chat, hey, I talked to my coder girlfriend. I was basically telling the chat story, but it gave me results that I have no idea what they're talking about. I can tell you that I read the chemistry explanation and the coded explanation. I understood the chemistry explanation much more because I have a background in chemistry. I have no background in coding and I know water, but there I just couldn't understand the analogies. So when you want to learn something, when you want to do something, remember, your choice matters. If it doesn't help you, kick it. If you don't know if it will help you, well, you can open a new conversation and ask the chat, but just pay attention. I hope you found some value in this video and you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next time. On Saturday, we will have AI battles about guided learning. That's it. Until the next time, happy prompting, be good, and don't forget to like, subscribe.